Welcome to this week's lesson with the Putnam County District Library, Guiding Ohio Online Grant. This week we are taking a look at Yodel. Yodel is a website app that you can go to find and promote. It promotes events, news, and information from certain areas throughout, basically at this time, Ohio, Indiana, and Michigan. Putnam County has partnered with this company to do that. So you would find any information on Putnam County here that organizations and businesses put out there. So first thing I wanted to show you is that we will be holding a session at the library on March 25th at 5:30 to introduce Yodel, to go through and help someone create an account and maybe install and put it onto any type of a mobile device as well. Because the next thing is here is Yodel is an app that can be installed on an Apple device through the App Store or on an Android device through the Google Play. And then the next tab here is just showing you the actual link to go to Yodel specifically for Putnam County. So that's events.yodel.today/Putnam County. If you put that, then once you type that in, the /community will automatically add. So you'll notice up here in the right-hand corner where it says Putnam County, Ohio, because this is going directly to Putnam County. So if we want, then you can see some basic information, but you would want to have an account to be able to connect your calendar and to set it up so it actually is kind of using AI in the background and going to put events that you have interest in and showcase those for you. So if we go to login here, we can either log in through Facebook, through Google, or through Apple, as well as just through an email account. So if I go to create new, a personal account is what I would be using. Organization or business is what you see the people that are on the site using. If you're an organization or a business and have not been contacted, you could fill that in, and then the company will contact you about how to go about creating an account and getting your calendar, which chances are is a calendar you already maybe have created for your business or organization, and then what that will do is they can just link straight to that. So I'm going to go okay, agree, say next, and then I'm just going to simply sign in here. So I am going to sign in with an account that I already made, and I'm going to use the address Yodel at yodellibrary@gmail.com. Go type .com correctly here, and then we'll put in a password. I will type it slowly so that I can hopefully just do this once, and then I'm going to create an account. So I now have the option here to customize my experience. So basically what this is telling me is I would select here any of the things that are of importance to me that I would want to know about. So if it's something, say, I want to know about anything that has to do with the community, I want to know about anything that has to do with festivals and fairs, maybe food and drink, I can select these and say next. I can always go in, adjust those, change those later if I so choose. And then I have the option here to find schedules that are in my community that I want to make sure that I follow. So I want to make sure that I do not miss the events that maybe have to do with, let's say, anything that has to do with the fair. Notice I've got this heart here. If I click on that heart, it becomes red. So now anything that I pick, those are especially important to me. Let's say the library, for example. And so when I say next here, I then have the option to select if I want to automatically have these sync to a specific type of calendar, an Apple calendar, a Google calendar, or with my Windows, the Outlook. And if I don't use a digital calendar, I can simply click here. So I'm going to say next. And then I do have to go in and I have to confirm my email address. So I would then go back to my email, confirm that this is a legit account. And now what I have in front of me is, notice I have my calendar that automatically pops up with events, and you'll see various events throughout the county that are taking place for the month. If I go to the home page, it takes me back, and it looks very similar to where we were first at with the Putnam County without being logged in. But you'll notice up here in the top, I have my Y for my Yodel account that's logged in, and I do have a number 5 beside it. What that is Yodel keeps track. It's one of those things that it just keeps a score. The more I use the calendar, the more places I go, the more things I do, it just continues to calculate a score up. You can see the little information that is shows up there when I scroll over top. So what I've got here is I have my home page, I have my calendar, which is what you saw before. I have a feed, and I have organizations. The organizations, what that shows me is all of the organizations that are in Putnam County that are currently a part of Yodel. And then you'll notice, see the hearts here, and all that is telling you is that if I were to click on here, Go Ottawa, that is, that is actually a big part of this Yodel and the push throughout the county. If I click here, notice I can go in here and I can select this, and I can click on continue to click here, and I see what Go Ottawa gives me information about Go Ottawa. It tells me these are different events that are specific to Go Ottawa. If I want, I can bookmark all of them, or I can just select a certain one and say, yep, I like this, the Gilboa Quarry Eclipse Fest here, and then that's going to go onto my calendar because I've bookmarked it. But I can also, if I notice here, I've got the 11. If I click here on the heart, that changed to a 12 because that means there's 12 individuals, 12 that have liked that, the Go Ottawa part of the organizations. So notice that changed to a 12. So these are all the different organizations in Putnam County. The other thing that I wanted to make note of is the fact that we are in Putnam County. Here's where I would go. I can change to any of these other counties. Defiance is close by. Maybe I wanted to know something that was going on in Defiance. I can click there and go to any of these other counties, not necessarily counties, I should say, because there's also Bluffton here. So it can be just strictly a community or counties that are showing here. It's a matter of who has partnered with Yodel. The other thing is if I go here back up to where my actual sign-in is, I have my account settings is what I wanted to take a look at, because when I did this, I put in my name, I put in my email address. I did not put in a physical address. If I wanted, I could put in a physical address, and then it's going to show me what is, it's going to narrow my search a little bit when it's suggesting. As well as, this is where I talked about that you could go in and you could change, and I could say, you know what? I didn't mark before that I really want to know charity events that are happening. So I could add those in. The same thing here is where your notifications. Anyone who has a phone, you know how you get the notifications that pop up. This is where you could go in here and you could change this information, and you could say, yes, I want notifications periodically by email, or I want the Yodel information, because Yodel, excuse me, sometimes will send out just information of maybe how things have changed, or something they've added or changed on the page. And then again, we can always click on the change your password option and so forth. Notice here, the more I've done, my number here is now went up to 12. I'm going to go back to the home button just one more time because what I want you to see here as well is several different options. We can select and pick by date night in terms of activities that are going on. You can click on fun stuff, and this is just how the calendar itself decides to organize things. You can click on schools, so you're going to see any of the school events and all of their calendars, information of what's coming up. Baseball, obviously, is a big thing you're going to find right now, and softball. Or you can simply click on all events. And again, what you're going to see come up here is it's going to kind of customize based upon you as an individual and what the system finds you looking at the most. Notice right here is any of the library stuff because I had marked that. So I've got any of my library information. I can also go in here by today. Notice I'm making this on a Sunday, so you're not seeing many events here now because it's later in the day. I've got my weekend events. It's obviously going to next weekend, but I can see where all I could go to find Easter egg hunts and the Easter Bunny next weekend. I can do 7 days, or I can simply choose my dates. If I wanted to pick some time in the future, I could do that and find that information. And just one more time here, I'm just going to show you, we'll just switch over real quick to another location. Let's just click over real quick to Bluffton. And notice now you'll see a different batch of information that comes across because obviously I am in a different area looking. So take it back to Putnam County one more time here. So I can go back here to Putnam. Notice we do have many of the neighboring counties and areas available to us. And you do see Ohio, Indiana, and Michigan is what you see there. So this is Yodel. If any of you go right back here to the library site, if any of you are available on Monday evening at 5:30. Obviously this post is coming out Monday morning, but if any of you are available and want to attend this evening, we would love seeing you. So hope everyone has a great week.